Hello and welcome. I am Megan Chappa of Travel Radio. I am your host, and today I have the privilege of a new first time guest. Welcome, Miguel Lael, to Travel Radio Podcast. Miguel is of ML Private Tours. And would you just take a minute to introduce yourself and what you do in Portugal?
Hi, Megan. Hello to all the listeners. So, my name is Miguel Lael. I have a small company called ML Private Tours. So, I'm based in Porto, in the north of Portugal, and we are specialized in wine tours and olive tours.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. If people are wanting to follow along online, can you tell them where they can find you?
Well, you can follow us through our website, ml-privatetours.com. And Facebook, we are in Facebook also, ml-private tours. And you can speak with me by WhatsApp, email. My email, miguelleal@ml-privatetours.com.
Great.
24 hours a day.
Okay, I have it pulled up so people can see your beautiful website. So then, will you introduce today's topic? And we know we're going to Portugal. So what are we talking about today?
We'll speak a little more basically about the Portuguese wines and a little about the olive oil and all is reflected in our, how do we say, it's a social thing, more, it's cultural.
Okay.
It's part of our heritage.
Yeah, because people think when they think about, I guess, wine tourism, they would think Italy. But we're going to say today, include Portugal in that. And actually, Portugal has, am I correct in saying, is it the oldest grape varietals? Is that true?
Some. So, for instance, something that people don't know outside Portugal is that we have 200 native grape varietals. So, after Italy, we are the second country in the world with the most native grape varietals.
Oh, wonderful.
So, for a country small like Portugal is, we have 15 wine regions spread all over Portugal.
Okay.
And one thing that is the main thing about us is the blending, because for us it's natural to blend the varietals. So sometimes it's easy. There are some wines that you can have inside a bottle 30, 40 grape varietals blended.
So when you look at a bottle of Portuguese wine, you're not going to necessarily see it say Tempranillo or Merlot. It's everything. It's a party in there.
It's a party, and yeah, so you won't find Tempranillo, Merlot. Why? Because we are speaking about Portuguese native grape varietals. So, for instance, what we call our queen mother of the grape varietals, Touriga Nacional. Mm-hmm. We have Tinta Roriz, we have Tinto Cão, Tinta Francisca. Oh, I could speak hours and hours about the varietals, and even the producers don't know exactly sometimes what they have blended in the fields. So it can be funny. It can be funny.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't meaning to throw Tempranillo in as a Portuguese grape. I just meant you won't see a label that says a single variety is what I should have said. I was using an example, but I should.
Yeah. Yes. So, for instance, we are doing now, even because of the US market, more and more producers are starting to make monovarietals.
Okay.
But I can tell you that, for instance, when they come here, the guests with me, I try not to give them the monovarietals, but the blendeds. Why? Because it's the main characteristic of the Portuguese wines. I know it can be curious because I know that the reputation of blended wines, mainly in the US, is still not a good thing. It's still not connected with quality wines. But it's interesting to see when people come here and they taste it and they say, oh, actually, it's good. It's something different and it's interesting.
Yeah, our table wine, tell me if you know this bottle. It's not an expensive bottle. It's a Porto 6. Do
Yes.
you know this bottle? It has the trolley on the label.
Oh no, I don't know that. Sorry. That we are so many producers and so many bottles that it's
Yeah.
complicated to know it all.
Yeah, my
But
husband's been
no.
branching out to another one also. I mean, we just fell in love with Portuguese wines while living here in England, and because I mean, they're not a ton available, but this
Mm,
little wine shop said you should try this, and we tried it and we liked it. And so now we've kind of been seeking out Portuguese wines. So we have another couple bottles that we've rolled into the mix, but that Porto 6 bottle is still my favorite. So
So you said a very interesting topic because of the prices.
mm-hmm.
Yes, you can still Portuguese wines are still affordable.
Mm-hmm.
So for the quality, you can still have good prices.
Yeah.
For instance, when you come here, you can or us if you go to a restaurant. And it's typical. We ask for the wine house, and it can cost you 5-6 euros a bottle, and the quality is amazing
Yeah. And that's in the restaurant.
in the restaurant. Yes. So
Yes.
normally the medium range, I should say, in my opinion, normally between 15 and 20 euros.
Hmm.
The quality must be amazing.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. So, will you talk a little bit about our countries, your country and my country, so the US and Portugal? We have an
Mm.
interesting shared, you know, I mean, wine has a common thread in our countries, going back to the Revolutionary War, in that
Mm-hmm.
the Revolutionary War, like for example, George Washington would have Portuguese wine order, like that was a regular order for him. So in our family now, for the 4th of July, we're toasting with Portuguese wine because if it was good enough for George Washington, it's good enough for us. So will you speak a little bit about specifically Madeira wine? I know this isn't exactly your region, but just a little glimpse because the 4th of July is coming up and it's a good topic for my watchers.
Well, the funny thing, most of all, about Madeira wine, that it was discovered by accident.
Okay.
So, and it was on the in our colony, Macau, that now is China. But there was a ship that was carrying barrels of Madeira
Mm,
wine to not Madeira table wine. You
okay.
should consider. But with the months of traveling on the sea, it didn't arrive in the best conditions
Yeah.
to Macau.
Yeah. Hot, cold, hot, cold.
So,
Yeah.
and suddenly they said, "Oh, it's too sweet because it stays too long on the barrels." And Madeira was discovered like that.
Because they
And
they
then
mix um they mix port.
it's mixed.
Yeah. Or
It's
brandy.
it, it's it's also with brandy.
Okay.
So I should say that the main difference between Madeira wine and port wine is Madeira it's a little drier,
Okay.
and port is a little more
Okay.
sugar flavor. But nowadays there's it changed a little. We should drink port wine in Madeira, for instance. Nowadays, it's recommendable to put on the freezer a little before you serve it,
Yes.
because the main idea is to disguise the brandy flavor, and you can actually feel the natural aromas of the wine.
Interesting. What? Okay. So quick pairing tip. What would you eat with Madeira?
Cheeses, almonds, maybe some egg desserts,
Okay.
or simply as an appetizer.
Okay. So you're serving it as a small portion.
It's always small portions, but here's the thing that is important in Madeira wine and port wine. Actually, there is no rules how we should drink it and serve it.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. So then let me get back on the topic of, what you
Mm.
do and wine tourism in Portugal. So what is the best time of year, in your opinion, to come and travel the
Uh,
vineyards and olive groves?
So, I should say 2 times in the spring, so above Easter, when it starts blowing, all the colors, the
Yeah.
green the leaves are coming again. The days are good. The temperature is not too hot.
Okay.
Or September, October,
Mm-hmm.
when it's the harvest time.
Oh, fun. Okay, that's fun. Are there options to participate in the harvest at all?
Yes, you can. If, for instance, it's still very traditional and typical to stump the grapes by feet in the Douro Valley,
That's great.
and there are some wineries where you can stump the grapes.
I have done this before, not in Portugal, but in
Mm,
actually in Pahrump in Las Vegas, outside of Las Vegas.
mm.
You can't believe it, but there is a winery there. And my husband and I joined a competition, and we lost. We lost the competition, but it was quite the leg workout, and it was a lot of fun. So,
No, it can be. They have the wineries. They have a special program, 1 day program, where in the morning you join the normal workers. You have the breakfast with them.
mhm,
Then you go and cut the grapes.
mhm,
Then you return for a lunch where you can have a wine tasting.
mhm.
And in the afternoon, you're invited to join them in stumping the grapes.
Oh, fun. That's neat. That's really exciting. All right, well then, let's do a little bit of if I were to call you up and just
Mhm.
so we're gonna play it like the booking it game, and so I'm going to call
Yes,
you and
sure.
and we're going to book a tour. So, are you ready to
Here we
play the
go.
game?
Yes, of course. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Megan Chappa. I'd like to talk about booking a tour, but I don't know if I like Portuguese wine. I don't know if I like, the idea of drinking olive oil, and I just don't know how to even get started on this thing. So, can we talk about, I guess, firstly, how big are your tours? Is it going to be just us, or are we going to be with other people? I'm a little bit concerned about that.
Okay, so we are a small company and our tours are just private. So it's basically you.
Okay,
So we work from 2 to 7 persons,
okay.
and all our tours are tailor made. So we try to make the tours adapt for your expectations and your needs.
Okay, so then where are we going to fly into, and then do we rent a car, or do you come get us? How does that work?
So we have a fleet. We work with Mercedes cars. So
Okay.
we'll pick you in the airport. So we are based in Porto, but if you arrive in Lisbon, no problem. We can pick you at the airport, and we help you prepare your program, your tour, the places you want to visit, and the wineries.
So then
Just let them know what's. Sorry.
oh, sorry, keep going.
And let's do the tour together. Just tell me what you want to do.
So then, should I book my hotels myself? Would you give me pointers? Should I go through a travel agent? How does that work?
Well, I can help you recommend the hotels.
Okay.
The thing, and you make the booking the hotel directly,
Okay.
and the rest I help you plan the visits, the wineries. For me, you just have to pay my services, and all the rest you pay direct.
Okay, wonderful. And then, like, should we go for a day? Should we go for 2 days? Is it a couple hours? How do we do that?
So it's a full day.
Okay.
You are with me as long as you want.
Okay.
It can be it can be from 9 hours, 10 hours. It doesn't matter because our service is just for you, and as long as you want to be touring, we are with you.
Okay, so if I want to do like a vineyard tour, like
Yes.
how many would be like what could I expect on the day? What would that look like if we did the whole day?
So, what normally I recommend the wineries is 2 wineries a day.
Okay.
Uh, and in one of the wineries, including lunch.
Okay.
Be- because the thing is, because it takes a little time in the wineries to make the visit, the winery, to make the tastings, and above all, to do it with calm. So not rushing, because we believe that doing things in a rush is not fun.
Yeah.
So you should suppose you are in vacations, you want to relax a little. So wine is to relax.
Yes.
So relax, have fun, enjoy the wines, enjoy the beautiful scenery. And then there's normally after the second winery, people get a little tired. That is normal. That is absolutely normal.
Yes.
So there's several options. If you want to just lay down in the winery near the swimming pool, relax, have a little sunbathing, it's okay. Or if you want to make a boat ride, it perfect. Just let us know what you want to do.
Oh man.
With us, you control the hours. It's not us. It's you.
Okay, excellent. So if I wanted to do, for example, olive oil also, and
Mm-hmm.
do like maybe half day, what, I mean,
It's possible.
yeah, okay, so what about, I mean, I don't really want to drink olive oil. Are we dipping? How does that process
No,
happen?
it's funny because olive oil it's a little like the wine because there's different varietals
Mm-hmm.
in olive oil and it's also blended. So
Okay.
what you do, it's tasting. It's not drinking. You just taste a little. You just taste it, and of course, then it's good to have a little of bread. But it's important because most of the people really don't know a lot of olive oil, and above all, the percentage of the acidity.
Okay.
Because according the acidities, some olive oils are good for fish, others are good for salads, others are good for cooking,
Okay.
and there's difference in the olive oil. So it's funny really to understand the difference,
Yes.
and that as a consumer will you will learn how to choose your olive oil better and according the kind of salads or meats or fish.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting. I think that would be good to know because do I have olive oil in the cabinet? Check. Like it's one kind. Do I have it? Okay, I'm good. So,
Yes, but you will learn really that yes, there's different olive oils.
okay, that's really interesting. And then, if I'm in the Oporto region, we spend, a day together. We do these things. Um,
Mm.
what do you recommend that I do? Do I stay up north? Do I go south? How does that happen?
Well, Portugal, it's there's a lot to see in the north or in the south. Even though Portugal is a small country, there's a lot to see
Hmm.
because in the north it's more mountain, the south is plain, the south the beaches and wine is everywhere, the food is everywhere.
Okay.
You have Nazaré in the center with the big waves, Coimbra, one of the oldest universities in the world.
Mm.
So if you, I should say, 1 week traveling around Portugal.
Okay, wonderful. 1 week. Okay. So then, can you help us get back to Lisbon? Can you transport us back or to our next destination?
Of course, you are with me from the beginning to the end.
Okay.
Of course.
This is wonderful. And then how do you, I know this is international a lot of times. How are you accepting payment? Like, how can we go about that?
So normally you can do it by bank transfer. You can pay with credit card
Okay.
or paying in cash. It's up to you.
Okay, wonderful. That's good to know. All right. Well, I think that's the end of my questions. It sounds like it's going to be an awesome tour. Is there anything I haven't asked you that you would like to tell me?
Just prepare to have fun.
Okay. I got to tell you that that laying out by the pool sounds amazing. More of that, please, right now in the gray English countryside, which is still beautiful, but sunshine sounds good. Oh, well, thanks for playing that little game with me. That was good
Of course.
information. Now, I want to go through a couple of these pictures that you sent me, and
Hmm.
and then just if you could, speak on them a little bit. So right now, I
Yes.
am going to bring up a picture of you holding a glass of wine. What is this bottle? Do you even remember?
It's a red wine
Mm-hmm.
from Douro Valley. It's a normal wine, everyday wine.
Okay.
Everyday wine. So actually, I took that picture because I was developing the new website,
Okay.
and the company that create the website they tell me we need a photo for the website of you.
Yes.
And actually, I was having lunch,
Oh, perfect.
and I simply said, I think this is a good opportunity. Okay, let's take a photo. And it
Perfect.
was like that.
Yes, wonderful. Okay, good. All right, my next one is a bottle of, look, it says Vina de Fojo. Fojo?
Quinta do Fojo. Yes, Quinta do Fojo.
And
Yes.
and it looks like this is a tasting. We've got some cheese and some bread. Where's this taken?
This was a boutique, a small winery in the Douro Valley. So I call it boutique because actually it's not accessible normally. So it's a kind of private,
Okay.
and you just need to talk with the owner, and maybe or maybe not, she will receive you to taste the wine. So, so it's a very small producer,
Mm-hmm.
but the wines are very famous. The wines, and I have the opportunity to work with her. She's an amazing person, and normally she accepts the visits, depending. Actually, in this case, was with an American couple, and this represents the a little of the Portuguese we are, simple things. So what should we have with the wine? Cheese and bread. It's simple,
Yeah.
Just taste the wine, enjoy the views, and that's it.
Yeah.
Don't complicate things.
I like it. Okay, this next one is an endless row of wine barrels. Where is this at?
This is one of the most, shall we say, fancy wineries
Okay.
in the Douro Valley, called Quinta do Crasto.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody wants to go there, and mainly also because of the wines that are really, really good, but mainly because of the infinity swimming pool they have on the top of the property,
That does
and you
sound
are
nice.
facing and you are seeing the river.
Oh, lovely. Good wine, a view, and a pool. This is,
And the pool, and they do lunches there also.
oh, yeah.
So actually you have there a photo that you see with the table. It's actually from the same property.
It's on the screen right now. Yes, that looks amazing. Really amazing. And the vineyards on the hills in the background.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
So this, you can see, it's important, this photo with the table, because when you see this photo, you see that it's to relax.
Yeah.
Just switch off, and there's no time, there's no worries, just have fun and relax, enjoy.
Yes, yes. It looks like you will. Okay, and then the next picture is it looks like lamb chops. Where's this one taken?
Lamb chops, it's lamb chops. So this is from one of the places I normally suggest for lunch.
Okay.
It's Quinta Nova. So it's Portuguese food, but actually with a modern look.
It's gorgeous.
But and it's outside. You don't see it here, but it's outside on the balcony, and you are surrounded by the vineyards.
Okay.
And you can have a wine tasting. You can make a wine pairing with the food.
Yes. Yeah, it looks awesome. All right, and then I think this is our last picture, and this is looking over a river with a terracotta roofed building and loads of vines.
Yes, welcome to the Douro Valley.
Yes.
Basically, you see the Douro River down there, and that's a winery. And you can see that the valley is like that, just mountains, mountains, miles and miles and miles of mountains, handmade, and everything still today. Practically, it's all done by hand.
Wow. So I'm looking at, just what looks to appear some roads between the vineyards. It looks like, first off, it's beautiful. Second off, you want to hire transportation, I'm guessing, because it looks like maybe you get lost. But
Yeah.
it would be a beautiful way to get lost. But
Exactly. You said it all. You want to lose on purpose on this.
oh, good. Well, that's the end of my pictures, and those are the ends of my formal questions. I'm glad we know what you do, why people should really, really go to Portugal to check out the wine scene there. Is there anything that I've not covered that you want to put in there? When are you booking out? When do you think is an appropriate timeline? Because we're in this post-COVID phase.
So we are ready. Portugal, we are opening everything.
Okay.
So in the beginning of June, it was the third phase, and the hotels are open, the restaurants are open. So we are everything ready.
Okay.
Now it's just depending of the opening the borders.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds wonderful. Can you just tell us one more time your website, and then we'll be good.
Okay, so you can find more information in all my contact in my website, mel-privatetours.com.
Yes, and if you are listening to the podcast, it will be in the show notes. You'll see Miguel's picture, and you can just click on that. It'll have all his contact information, his website, all the places on social media that you can find him, and it'll be just all in one place right there. And then if you are watching this on YouTube or Instagram, it will be in the notes directly below this video. So you can find all his information there. All right, Miguel, I thank you so much for being my guest. It's been really exciting, and I personally hope that
Thank you.
we will get back to Portugal because it's one of our favorite countries, and it's our daily wine. So I want to go.
Looking forward. Looking forward to meet you, Megan, and looking forward for all that wants really to come and to understand. I'm ready. I'm open.
Yes.
Come when you want.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for listening this week to Travel Radio Podcast. Thank you, Miguel, very much.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.